Yo, what's good everyone? It is GlitchXCity here, and today I'll be giving you guys our NCPL Season 4 Week 3 matchup against a pretty good friend of mine named Magmapulse, coach of the Chaos Hydreigons. And he and I kind of have a little history, just a little history, and I think this game is gonna wanna fix up that history and turn the tables because, as you guys know, if you guys don't know, either way, I was in the Saffron Battle Network of Season 1, and he was our last week matchup of the regular season. And during that regular season, there was like 5 battles. I got like 3 wins by forfeit. I lost one official match, and then I lost against Samuel, which I feel like I should have won that, man. I was still kind of pissed about that. But then we also battled Magmapulse, and we did win. He was undefeated up until our battle, and like it didn't really matter for him because he was like 4-0 at the time. So whether he lost or not, he still made playoffs. But yeah, whatever. But we did win, and I think it was like a Scarfed Honchkrow. I could have won by Scarfed Honchkrow, but I messed up my EV, so we instead won with like an SD Breloom. But regards to that, we did win 2-0 in that match, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be looking for revenge, even though it didn't really matter to him at the time. But either way, we're gonna get right into this. I'm gonna try not to talk as much as I usually do, because I say I'm gonna be quick, and I'm not actually quick. But as you guys can see, we do have Magma's team, and you guys can already see the first set we're bringing. But before we get into that, let's look at his whole entire draft. First up, he has Mega Absol, my favorite Mega in the whole game, best game in the world, base 115 speed, hits really hard, decent special attack at base 115 as well, I believe, and hits hard at base 150 attack. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those numbers are right. Gets an immense amount of coverage from an Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Will-O-Wisp, Knockoffs, SD, Sucker Punch. Literally, like, this thing hits really hard. Magic Bounce is great to prevent hazards. Really makes you hesitant to whether or not you click hazards if it's already Mega Evolved. Next up, he has Kieran Black. This thing is so threatening among League format because, like, since you know what it's gonna, since you know your opponent's team, you can definitely run the appropriate set to, like, basically murder everything. And, like, this thing has like almost no switch-in, so like either you're gonna make some doubles, run some cheeky set or some crap just to deal with it. Ice Beam, Free Shock, Z Free Shock if you wanted to, Z Heal for like +1 speed. I'm actually not sure which one is a Z move user, but it does get Earth Power, it does get Fusion Bolt, so like this thing hits really hard. The only thing that sucks about it is that its speed is like base 95, so that's like the only thing holding it back. If that thing was like any more higher than like base 110, it would definitely be Ubers in my opinion. But other than that, he has Tapu Fini, really bulky Pokemon. Not really the best recovery, but Misty Surge is great, so it doesn't get poisoned. Not particularly poisoned, but just status in general. Poison, particularly if I get up Toxic Spikes before Misty Surge is up, then I could definitely poison it like that. But regardless, I can run a Calm Mind set, I can run Defog, I can run Scald Ice Beam, Calm Mind. I think I already said that. And then Hidden Power, I guess. I really don't know what this thing runs. I'm pretty sure it runs like Taunt Knockoff. That's about it. Next up, he has Ferrothorn, really bulky thing. I really hate this thing. Like, this thing is 4 times weak to fire, but it's really annoying to deal with, considering that if you build around it pretty well with good synergy, then it can definitely be a threat in itself. It gets like pretty good hazards, Stealth Rocks and Spikes, really bulky knockoff Power Whip. It can run Leech Seed as well. Leech Seed Protect, which is really annoying. Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs, stuff like that. Necrozma, this thing, I love Necrozma, but this thing got like such a huge buff. It got so much more options than it did in Sun and Moon. But pretty decent speeds here. It can run defensively with like Moonlight and Stealth Rocks, or it can run offensively with like Cosmic Power, not Cosmic Power, Stored Power, or not Autotomize, Rock Polish, SD. Alola Marowak, really slow, but hits hard with that Thick Glove. Klefki, Prankster, annoying, really hate that thing. Jolteon, base 130 speed, really good electric type Pokemon. Kind of a one-sided thing with either Quick Feet or Volt Absorb, but really does good at what it does best, being a really fast, offensive, really strong electric type. Gligar, really bulky, 4 times weak to ice, but really bulky with the Eviolite, Defog, Roost, Earthquake, U-Turn, Knockoff, whatever you need. Delmise, good Rapid Spinner. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, out of his whole entire team, he has 2 Rapid Spinners and 2 Defoggers, if I'm correct. No, 3 Defoggers, considering Klefki. Delphice hits really hard with that 3 stabs with Ghost, Grass, and Steel, thanks to its ability. I forgot what it's called. Steelworker, I believe. Komala, really good Rapid Spin user. Pretty good on the Spadef side. Could be Scarf with, like, Return, Earthquake, Player Off U-Turn. Skullbead, really threatening Pokemon with Protect. Speed Boost mainly. And then SD, if it could be, like, a threat of itself. You can't baton pass speed, but you could obviously, like, set up on its own. So, like, boosted speed, click SD. That's +1 speed, +2 attack. Run whatever coverage you need, and yeah, this thing could also be like a good focus actually with Endeavor, or it can run Toxic Spikes or Spikes, either way. And does get pretty good coverage in Superpower, Aqua Tail, Mecha Horn, Poison Jab, and maybe I don't know what else this thing gets. Next up, we got Ninetales, and Drought Ninetales for sure, and kind of needs that Drought to be pretty viable considering its special attack is garbage. Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Ice Beam, not Ice Beam, Hidden Power Ice, and could run Nasty Plot, and last but not least, he has Machamp. Pretty bulky on the Spadef side, it runs with Assault Vest user, Assault Vest on item. Dynamic Punch with No Guard could be pretty annoying with the Confusion. Ice Punch can run the Elementals. I don't even know. Does it get Mach Punch now? I know it gets Bullet Punch. But yeah, now I don't really see Machamp in League format considering like it's not really brought or drafted. I don't know. It's like it's really slow. It's somewhat bulky. It's like Conkeldurr, but I think Conkeldurr is definitely better. But regardless of that, let's get right into this. We got Peter the Azo with the Culprit Berry with the Levitate ability, of course. Knockoff U-turn, Fire Blast, Stealth Rocks. This is basically my dedicated lead if he brings Mega Absol. If he brings Mega Absol, I can bring an Azo. If he has max speed, then we are going to speed tie. If he does beat me in the speed tie, knockout doesn't kill me, hence the Culprit Berry. But if I do outspeed, or if I do win the speed tie and I click U-turn, I can get over 50% off with my max attack. And that would be really good damage for the Absol considering how much of a threat it is to my team. Fire Blast for the Ferrothorn, Stealth Rocks just for rocks, and then knockoff is good for on-case switch-ins. And depending on the Marowak set, I can Oko with the knockout, get rid of its stick low, so it's not much of a threat as it usually would be. Knockoff for the Gligar, which is great knockoff for Delmise, and potentially even knockoff for any Scarf users like Kieran Black or Komala, and maybe Jolteon if it's Life Orb. But next up we have Bose the X-Bloud holding that Specs, because he'd be hitting up, then I don't even know what I'm going with there. But with the Scrappy ability, because he has like 2 Ghost types, we got Boom Burst for our main stab, Taunt, Ice Beam, Focus Blast. And I'm pretty sure I have Taunt in here, because if he brings in Ferrothorn on my X-Bloud, and I didn't lock myself into a move already, I can click Taunt, prevent him from clicking. Actually, I don't know. See, like, I've made the really weird team now that I think about it, but but thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure Taunt is good for like. Okay, I think I know why. So the thought process behind this is that I really don't need that much coverage because Boom Burst, Ice Beam, Focus Blast is really all I need. Ice Beam for Gligar, Ice Beam for Delmise, Boom Burst for main stab, and then Focus Blast to hit the Ferrothorn mainly. And then everything else just gets hit by Boom Burst. But mainly what I'm thinking is that if I have X-Bell on a Pokemon that I can just kill with Boom Burst, then he could either switch into something like either Ferrothorn or Klefki. And Klefki I can't touch really unless I click Focus Blast. But depending on either one switches, I can click Taunt. So that would force them to switch, and they could predict my switch. But either way, if I can prevent either of them from either getting hazards up, getting screens, or leech seeding, then that'd be great. And we're running enough speed for something. Actually, I don't know. It's like enough speed for something, because considering that if I get webs out with my next Pokemon being Vinos the Galvantula, the next spot can definitely just come in, click Boom Burst, outspeed, and do a lot of damage. But this is a very interesting Galvantula set. We're running a almost max HP, 16 Spadef, 192 speed, timid nature. We had the Light Clay because we got Light Screen. I needed, considering the Pokemon I brought, I needed some sort of counter, or at least a switch into Jolteon. Because the thing kind of runs through my team, because HP Ice for Ampharos does a lot of damage to Azo, T-Bolt on Togekiss, Shadow Ball, and Golurk, T-Bolt for X-Blood and Fernape, T-Bolt for Drapion and Bibarel, Hidden Power Ice for Noivern and Simisage, T-Bolt the Frogadier, T-Bolt or Shadow Ball the Metagross, and T-Bolt the Sudowoodo. So this thing really wrecks through my team. Even though I have Golurk, it's not really the best reliable electric switch in. If you're electric type Pokemon that you're trying to switch into gets Shadow Ball, especially Jolteon. So this is going to be my good way to possibly have like some sort of switch in for it. Hopefully get up webs, and then I have HP Ice for the Gligar as well. Because if he brings in Gligar hoping to get rid of webs as he clicks default, I can pressure with HP Ice, force the switch probably, and get up webs as he clicks Roost. I don't know, it really depends on the scenario. I could run Thunderbolt, but I thought Infestation was nice depending, like if he has Ferrothorn in, I can whittle that thing with Infestation because it can't switch out. Or just force a Pokemon to stay in so I can get the initiative. It really depends. A really weird set. But next up, we have Gyarados making its debut with the Life Orb. We got the Protean ability, we got Gunk Shot, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, HP Fire. This is this whole entire team for either super effective damage or neutral, and it really puts in a lot of work. Like base 83 special attack packed with Protean, Stab, Life Orb, really does a lot of work. Gunk Shot 2 kills the top of Finny. If I can get down the switch, that'd be great. HP Fire for Klefki and Ferrothorn, Ice Beam for the Gligar, Ice Beam for Delmise, or Dark Pulse for the Marowak. Ice Beam or Gunk Shot does a lot to Absol. I can HP Fire the Scolipede, I can Gunk Shot the Komala, I can Gunk Shot the Ninetales, Gunk Shot the Machamp, Dark Pulse and the Necrozma, and I can also Ice Beam the Kieran Black. I was considering to put Low Kick or like Surf, but in the long run, I don't think either of them would be useful, because Ice Beam still does a lot to Kieran Black unless he's a Soul Vest. If he's a Soul Vest, then that could be a problem. But then again, I do have Gunk Shot as well. I am a timid nature, but why am I timid? What the heck? I don't know. But next up, we have Soldier Boy the Togekiss. We have running a interesting set. We have a Choice Scarf Serene Grace. Dazzling Gleam, Roost, Air Slash, Endeavor. We got almost max HP, 72 in defense, Bold, like I said, 4 special attack, 4 in the Spadef, and enough speed to outspeed his fastest mon, which I'm assuming is the Jolteon. Either that or it's either Jolteon or the Scolipede. No, not Jolteon, that's Scolipede. It's either Jolteon or the Absol. But I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna really throw him off guard. If I can really get rocks up with Azov and force the Kieran to come in, Togekiss can probably Oko with Dazzling Gleam after one Stealth Rock switch in. I Oko the Absol. I do decent to the, what is it? I don't know. It was weird because at the moment I don't think I knew what I was doing at the time. But I think the main factor of this is that I need a switch in for certain Pokemon like Absol and like Scolipede, like Gligar, like Machamp, especially Machamp. But if I can surprise him with a Scarf, that'd be great because I can get rid of a threat immediately. The only problem with this set is that if I get if he brings in Ferrothorn or Klefki, that's going to be pretty bad for me because I can't hit them. But that's where Endeavor comes into play, because if I force him to get up rocks, then it's going to be bad overall for me. But if I can switch in Togekiss a couple more times, and considering I have, what is it called? An odd number amount of HP, if I can get low by rocks, I can Endeavor something, if it's not the Marowak, and then pick up a kill like that, and just sack it off. But next up, we have Xander, Metagross, with the weakness policy. Running a Spadef set with Bullet Punch, Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt, HP Fire. I'm really scared for this Ferrothorn because I have Infernape, but I'm not bringing it, which is, I don't know why I'm not. But 4 in attack, 4 in Spadef, 128 Spadef with a Careful Nature, 124 in speed. I think this is after, it's supposed to outspeed something after Webs. I honestly don't remember. But the factor behind this is that if I can get Metagross in on Kyurem and he clicks Earth Power and I get the weakness policy off, I can click Zen Headbutt that turn as he Earth Powers and I get my weakness policy off. It really depends on what HP my Metagross is in, but depending on the Kyurem Black, he wouldn't click Earth Power unless he was predicting the switch into Metagross. So honestly, I don't really, it's really mind games because I don't really have a good switch into Kyurem Black in general. So if he predicts my Metagross and goes for Earth Power, I can go in his Togekiss and that's immune to it and I can click Dazzling Gleam. It's really all mind games. But overall, if I can get a weakness policy off, I can HP Fire the Ferrothorn. I can do decent damage to everything. I can Ice Punch the Gligar. Even in Gligar, if I can just click Ice Punch and he clicks Earthquake and I eat it up and I get to +2, that's like a dead Gligar, or almost a dead Gligar. And Bullet Punch is just nice priority overall. But yeah, that is our team. I don't know, I'm really concerned about this Metagross and Togekiss set, and especially the Galvantula. But as for the Azov, the Exploud, and the Frogadier, I'm pretty good with this. So all in all, let's get right into this battle, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we are back here with the match, and as you can see, he brought the Komala, the Ferrothorn, the Tapu Fini, Scolipede, Alolan Marowak, and the Absol. So this man does not even bring the Kyurem Black. So, I mean, that's one less worry for me. I mean, it would have been nice to get, I don't know, like, I'm really having mixed feelings about this, because, like, I don't feel like I prepped a lot for it, but at the same time, it's like, it would have killed me anyway. But other than that, he didn't bring Ninetales, he didn't bring Jolteon, he didn't even bring the Jolteon. Like, that's the main thing that I'm now just realizing, that he didn't even bring the Jolteon. But all in all, it's gonna be a very tough match. But looking at it, Frogadier destroys his team. Frogadier freaking laughs, and that laughs. But like, the thing with Frogadier is that I can Gong Shot the Tapu Fini, make myself a poison type, so if he clicks Moonblast, that's not gonna do crap. I can HP Fire the Ferrothorn, I can Dark Pulse the Alolan Marowak, I can Gunk Shot the Komala, I can Gunk Shot the Absol, and I can HP Fire the Scolipede. So Frogadier is going to be a really good win con this match. Like, that's what I'm assuming, like, just from team preview. But other than that, I don't even remember what I led with, so let's just go on with it. So let's go ahead, let's check this out. And here, let's go. Play. Yeah, let's go. So here, I'm going to leave with my Azov as he leads with the Alolan Marowak. And at this moment, I'm thinking like, okay, so I could either knock off and get rid of a Stick Glove, or I could either stay in and get a Brock. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I'm sorry if you did. But the thing is that I could either knock off, or I could predict the switch and go for rocks. If I was sashed, I would definitely stay in and just click knock off. But considering that even if I do click knock off and get rid of Stick Club, he still Okos me with a Shadow Bone. So here I'm gonna make the most riskiest of plays ever. Like, I'm gonna make the most riskiest play turn one, and I'm gonna predict the Shadow Bone. Actually, no, I just go for U-turn. But yeah, that's more chip for my knockoff. I'm gonna predict the Shadow Bone, go into my Exploud, and thankfully enough for me, he does click Shadow Bone. So that's a really good turn one play for us. Because if I had clicked knockoff, I would have died, lost my Azov, and I would have been a really bad. That would have been a really good offensive Pokemon gone for his whole entire team. So here's where stuff goes down. Here's where we're like, okay, this is what I gotta do. So looking at his team, I can click Boom Burst, and he didn't even bring Klefki, I just realized that too. But I can click Boom Burst, I am Specs, I do a lot of damage to everything except the Ferrothorn. So here I'm gonna predict the Ferrothorn and go for Focus Blast, considering that I don't think he wants to stand and catch a Specs Boomburst and just have his Marowak straight up die. So here I'm predicting him to go into Ferrothorn. So here I'm gonna go for Focus Blast, and even if he stays in, Scrappy does go through, but he goes into Kamala. I go for Focus Blast, but I miss. So literally, if he was like max Spadef on that thing, I don't know, but like if he was max HP max Spadef, I don't think I killed. But if he wasn't, I just killed. If he was AV, I don't think I killed. But if he wasn't, I just killed. So the main thing for this is that if I had just killed, I could have killed the thing. I could have killed this thing immediately. This thing would have been gone. But here, I'm gonna go for it again. I miss again, and I got your return, and it does like over 50%, and I'm just here killing myself because I missed 2 Focus Blasts in a row. One that was a free one, and the second one, which I'm hoping to land, but doesn't. So this is a very nimble Koala Bear. I mean, Expo apparently with his glasses can't see for crap. So I really like that was Expo is such a huge offensive pressure against his team, and I already took that much damage already. So here I can't risk it. Here he goes on. Actually, no, I think I go for it again. I just like, you know, screw this. I go for Focus Blast, and I landed on the Pokemon that doesn't really matter the most, but I get a Spadef draw, but it doesn't matter because I'm forced to switch out. So here I'm going to go to my Galvantula, considering that since Jolteon's not here, it's like my most expendable Pokemon. Here I'm going to go for my Webs, and I'm pretty sure, actually, no. Yeah, I predict the Marowak because, so like the thing is that I don't even have Electric Stab. So I'm trying to remember what happened in this match because this is like a while ago, but I predict the Marowak to come in, most likely thinking that it has Lightning Rod, and compared to if my Electric Stab is immune and he 4 times resists Bug, then Alola Marowak is like a very good switch in. So here, predicting him to switch out, even though I don't even have Electric Stab, I'm gonna go into my Exploud, and I'm gonna click Boom Burst this time because I'm just gonna click Boom Burst this time. I go for Boom Burst, and that did 80%. If I had just landed one of the Focus Blasts, this wouldn't have been a problem. Kamala would have been dead, and my X-Bot would have been at full HP. We would have had a good day, and once Ferrothorn went down, I would have spammed Boom Burst against his whole team under Webs, and it would have been GG, no re. I don't know. There was like a lot of stuff. I don't know. But here, he has leftovers apparently, and I was thinking whether or not he had Sucker Punch, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Boom Burst. He doesn't, and here he goes into Ferrothorn, and here I'm forced to switch out. I'm gonna go into my Galvantula, and seeing as though he's most likely gonna click Rocks, I'm gonna take this opportunity to get on my Webs. And honestly, I have Infestation and HP Ice as my offensive moves. I honestly wished I had Throat Chop. Yeah, I wish I had Throat Chop, because not only would I not have to sack my Galvantula without getting any decent damage off, but I could have put this thing in range for my Azel's knockoff later on. So I wish I had Throat Chop. Really bad prep on my part. I'm gonna go into my Frogadier and predicting the top of Finny. I'm gonna go for the Gunk Shot. I'm gonna go for the Gunk Shot play, and he does bring it in. I do land it, and oh boy, it is 51%. Oh boy, and then look, if I get a good roll in the Gunk Shot, I'm pretty sure I just Oko this top of Finny, and that's a huge wall gone. So here I'm gonna make another prediction. I'm gonna predict the Ferrothorn to come in, and I'm gonna click HP Fire. He switches out, go into the Ferrothorn. I go for the HP Fire, and oh boy, got rid of that Occa Berry real quick. Get that out of here, bro. That's Occa Berry, and it did 45%. So here, I'm just going to click HP Fire again. I know that every time I click a move, I do lose Life Orb damage, but here he does stay in, predicting, probably thinking I was going to switch out my moves, but I wasn't. So not only did Frogadier make its debut, but it got 50% at the top of Finny on a switch, it got 45% on the Ferrothorn on switch, and I killed the Ferrothorn by another HP Fire. So Frogadier is already putting in the finest of work so far. So now he brings in the Absol, and if I had like some sort of fighting type move, I probably would have killed this thing. But here I'm gonna go to my Togekiss, as he does Mega Evolve. He has -1 speed. He goes for the knockoff, and he does get rid of my Scarf, which is not that bad, but I do outspeed. I'm gonna go for the Air Slash, and I do flinch it. Now, the reason why I didn't go for Dazzling Gleam is because I was kind of thinking he would go into a Alolan Marowak, not wanting to take a Dazzling Gleam. So here I'm gonna actually click Dazzling Gleam this turn, and I am so stupid. Like, I am the worst player in the world, and like I got kind of lucky with that flinch. But I am the worst person in the world. I go for Dazzling Gleam this time as he goes into Alolan Marowak, and I was so confused why he switched out into Alolan Marowak, because if I'm not wrong, like I'm actually gonna calc this. I don't give a crap if you guys are waiting on me. But let's see. With the Togekiss spread I was running, I had like 4 investments in my special attack. But the thing with Togekiss is that it's base 120 special attack, and Marowak has like really bad Spadef. Air Slash would have done 43 to 51, and that's, I mean, the thing is that I just really didn't expect him to switch in there like that, because Like, Jesus Christ. So here, I'm actually going to save my Togekiss. I'm going to go into my Exploud as he pulls out the damn Thunder Punch. So, like, it wasn't until this point that I realized that I just got rid of my Wind Con. Because I should have just sacked, like, Azelf or Metagross. If I still had Exploud, I could have brought Exploud on the turn that it just died. Or the turn after it just died. Clicked Boom Burst and something died. Like, something just died. Whether it be this, the Finny, the Absol, or the Scolipede on Switch. So, I don't know why, but I don't know. Okay, so, like, I don't want this to be a reason, but I got called by my parents in the middle of this battle. And I was, like, rushing. I was, like, I didn't want to piss on my dad because, like, I didn't want to rush him. But at the same time, I was in the middle of a battle. So, here, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go into my Azelf. And if he's not max HP, this knockoff should kill. I was like, alright, I kill with knockoff. I don't kill with knockoff. Apparently, he's really bulky. I don't know how, but I lose it. And freaking, because of, no, not only did I misplay with the, not only did I not have Throat Chop on my Galvantula, but my Togekiss didn't, I clicked Dazzling him on the turn he switched it in. I sacked it to an I sacked my Exploud to it, and my Azelf didn't even kill it with knockoff. So, honestly, this is a really bad turn for me. I go for Zen Headbutt, and as you guys will see, he does bring in the Feeny, and this is where the previous turn where I switched in Metagross, that's where I misplayed. Instead of going into Metagross, I should have gone into Frogadier. Why? Because if I had brought in Frogadier, I would have killed the Marowak, and if he brought in the Finny, I could have just if the thing with Frogadier is that he knows I have Gunk Shot. And right here is where I realized that if I don't get this flinch, he's gonna defog and get rid of my webs. So my webs are gone, and his Scolipede and Absol are fast as hell now. So I should have gone into Frogadier, killed the Marowak, and either made him hesitant to whether or not he brings in top of Finny. If he brought it in, I would have clicked Gunk Shot, hopefully land it, and kill it. If he brought in Absol, then I would have outsped and I would have gotten a lot of damage off unless he had Sucker Punch. Scolipede would have to protect to outspeed me. So that was a really bad misplay on my part. I go for Zen Headbutt hoping for a flinch again. I don't get it, and he gets a crit Surf, which is actually almost gonna matter. But I go for both BP and it does die. But here he goes into Absol. And here I'm just going to sack off my Frogadier because it doesn't outspeed any of his Pokemon now because I foolishly let him get a defog off. But here I'm going to go to my Togekiss. And I should be able to live almost any hit. So here I'm just going to straight up click Air Slash. So my game plan is that I simply click Air Slash. I live a hit from this thing. I click Air Slash. I kill this thing. He brings in Scolipede. I click Air Slash again. And he probably just kills me with a Poison Jab. I go into Metagross. Live a hit, because Earthquake, if he's not Life Orb, doesn't kill me. I click Zen Headbutt, if he's sad, I click BP, and that's game. So here, I'm going to go for my Air Slash, he clicks Ice Beam, and all you know it, he gets the dang Freeze, I don't Thaw Out, I don't have E-Speed, he kills me with another Ice Beam, and that is GG to Magma. I do not have enough attack power on this Metagross to kill with a Bullet Punch, like, I had 8% off, so I died to a crit knockoff, not bad, just get a freaking crit at the last turn, too. So, that is GG to Magmapulse. And we're going to take another stupid L because of my foolish mistakes. I should have ran Throat Chop on Galvantula. I should have not sacked my Exploud to the Marowak. And I should have brought in Frogadier instead of Metagross on the Marowak after Azelf died. So, taking that all into account, especially like clicking Dazzling him when the Marowak came in, like I honestly don't know, man. Like, I was like literally, like everything that could have gone wrong for me to lose went wrong. And I'm not saying Magma's a bad player. No way. Like, definitely not. He's a really good player. Everyone in this league is a really good player. But all in all, I was like, dang, if I just played it right, I would have won. Like, if I just played it right, I would have won. And actually, if he didn't get the freeze on the Togekiss, I found out, like, after the battle, I was actually going to live that Earthquake from the Scolipede. I would have BP'd the Absol because he didn't have Sucker Punch. Actually, he had Quick Attack on his Absol. So he would have Quick Attacked the Actually, no, it didn't matter because if Togekiss didn't freeze, I would have killed the Absol. Brought in Metagross as he brought in Scolipede, live an Earthquake unless he was Life Orb. Click Zen Headbutt, hope I don't miss and BP and win. And as soon as I find out, he's not even Life Orb, he's max attack, but he's not adamant. So Earthquake had no chance to kill me. Thus, I would have been able to win 90% of the time if I landed the Zen Headbutt. But all in all, GG to Magmapulse and the Chaos Hydreigons. We are going to take an L, so we are now 1. We were 1-1 -1, and now we're 1-2 -3. So this is literally probably the worst start I've ever had to a season. Probably like the second worst start I've ever had to a season. But considering how well I did with that, considering how well I did in that match with the team I have, I feel like I'll be able to jump back. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are still here, Very much appreciated. But this is GlitchXCity here, and I'll see you guys in the next encounter.